time. Back to action.
What is going on, guys? We're back with another video, and today we're going to be unboxing and reviewing the Tyrannosaurus battle bike from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Reignition line. And then also we do have the Red Ranger and the Green Ranger mask as well, so we're going to go over that. Before I forget, I just wanted to thank Razzle1337. I won these at a giveaway on his Instagram page, so if you guys are not following him, please give him a follow. He is currently doing some giveaways. Check him out on Instagram at Razzle1337. Now, back to the video. We're gonna take a look at the Tyrannosaurus battle bike. Pretty much similar to the rest of the boxes from this line. We got the nice helmets on the side, Reignition logo there, also Tyrannosaurus battle bike on the bottom, and then here you can see the effect here. It says flip into battle. So basically we press the button in the back there and then he flips to attack his enemies. So this will be interesting to see, and they're also coming out with the Black Ranger and Blue Ranger version, I believe next year. Here on the side of the box, we do have a nice new photo of the Rangers there. And on the back, we do have a photo showing basically how Jason, the Red Ranger, does the flip by pushing this leveler down and then him doing a little flip over. And he basically flips into battle. So it's pretty much self-explanatory, nothing too crazy, same as the other boxes. So this is pretty cool. And the mask, I'm gonna just get that out of the way because it's, like I said, straightforward. And these are pretty good. They're not that super Halloween mask like plastic version. These are pretty like hard plastic there, and they are pretty small. They're obviously for kids. I will not be wearing these, but I'm gonna try to have my son try them out. Good quality, same as the Red Ranger here. That's pretty cool. I'm thinking of getting the rest of them just to hang them on the wall, like in a row. That would be pretty cool. It's probably the only way I'm going to have all the masks instead of like having all the helmets. Just focusing on just having the Red Ranger helmet, which I do have from the Lightning collection. And then I do have a custom Gold Zeo Ranger helmet that's coming in soon. And then I'm thinking about hopefully next year getting a custom Red Ranger helmet from the Omega Rangers. And obviously, if you guys haven't noticed, my favorite Ranger is the Red Ranger from MMPR, who is Austin St. John. And also he was the Gold Zeo Ranger and the Omega Red Ranger. So that would be pretty cool. All right, so I'm going to do a little comparison as well. I do have one of the bikes from the Lost Galaxy from Magna Defender, and I'll throw that in the video just to give a small comparison, since that's probably the only bike that I do have that I can compare it with. All right, guys, so let's just get right into the figure itself. All right, so we're going to unbox this. I'm going to try not to take too long because these things can take a little bit long, especially how they're packing these items now. They're really securing it inside, which they don't really have to, because the plastic that's inside, they're already, the figures are already super tight in them, but then they have the extra like zip ties on them. All right, so I'm gonna put that to the side there. It comes with a nice like green and yellow background, which is pretty cool. Here we have the manual, and it basically, goes over how to use the figure itself with the action that he has to flip over and knock the bad guys out the way. That would be probably the putties, and I'll do a little action scene later on in the video. But yeah, it shows you how to put him together, which is pretty cool. And as you can see inside, we got the bike, and then we got the actual figure. And apparently this is an exclusive figure, which it's a bit weird because he is missing a lot of stuff. But then he has stuff on his figure that the 6-pack figures doesn't come with. But I'll get more into that in a bit. All right, just be careful. You may need to get a knife and just cut there and up here. Just try not to scratch it. And then we have another one there. Perfect. I feel like there's more to that, but let me see. Oh, there's one over here by the handle. All right, is that it? Oh, another one back here. Sorry guys, just bear with me. I'm trying to do this as quick as possible. All right, we'll put that to the side there, and then, oops. And then we're gonna, let's see, the figure. Let me just, oh wow. So now, with this figure, the box, the plastic is attached to the box, which sucks because if you wanted to keep the background to use it like a small diorama, you can't because this part is attached to it, which sucks. So now I have to go a little crazy here. Oh my god, guys, I'm sorry. Trust me, I wasn't planning on keeping the box anyways, but then we have a little zip tie there. And there's one, oh my god, like this is so annoying. Oh my god. Alright, sorry for that guys, but here we have this little chess piece that's gonna be obviously attached to him. And just gonna put that on real quick. I like the, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I'm gonna keep him in this like mode. I'm probably gonna just remove the flipping part just because, again, like this is gonna be in the collection, so I'm not gonna be playing with it. I might get one for my son so he can play with it because I think he'll like it. And he's only 3 years old, but he likes things that like jump. So, and then we're gonna attach this to the back. There's 2 holes, so I think it goes on the first one. Oops, yeah, this is a little bit. All right, perfect. Goes by the crotch. That looks pretty cool, and I do like the icon of the Tyrannosaurus there. If you guys can see that, it's pretty clear actually. All right, so then now, and then this is the bike itself. Now let's see about this contraption. So you push this down, and on the back it has this little hole, and you can put this in there. All right, and then you just gotta basically figure out how he, all right, so you flip him and then have his arms out. I don't think you can have him hold the handles on the bike because if he's gonna flip, he needs to get out of it, right? So we're gonna give him a nice decent look of him kind of doing that. All right, so then now this is how he looks, and then now we're gonna do the flipping thing. Let's see if it works. Whoa, that was cool. Cool, but not enough for me to like want to keep him like this. Like I said, I'm gonna just try to remove all this like contraption stuff and just have him displayed with him sitting on the bike, and that's it. All right, let me try it with a villain. Who shall that be? Let's see. Sorry guys, remember you got to push the center piece down, and then we're gonna put obviously the putty. Now let's see if this works. The putty wants to stand correctly. Perfect. Now ready, 1, 2, 3. Oh, see, that time it didn't work. Oh, well, it was supposed to do that. So now I'm gonna try it again. We're gonna push this piece down, turn them. All right. I want to make sure he's really sitting down there correctly, which he's not. And even if you try to put his feet on the pedals there, he's not gonna look right because he's gonna be like floating. All right, let's try it again. I'm determined to for him to actually knock the putty down. All right, so let's see. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there he goes. He's supposed to be like sitting, I guess now, but you guys get the point. So that's the only thing that it does, obviously. But I do want to just go over the bike, the details. So this bike is pretty simple. It does have some paint on it. I like the details all over the bike here, where the chains are. We do have two different tires here. We got I think this is supposed to be like the older one, just regular and thin, not beefy like the one in the back. I do like the light effect here in the back here. It looks pretty real, but it's not. It's just like a decal. Um, some details in the back where the muffler is. That's pretty cool. And I'll try to put photos up in the original ones, because the original ones, it comes with the side bikes also for the yellow Ranger and the pink Ranger. Unfortunately, these didn't come with them, so I don't know what that's all about, but pretty much they're not really giving a you know what for the girls. So on that note, I'm gonna just quickly put that to the side, and then I want to just compare the Red Ranger with the 6 basic pack figures, which they're supposed to be the same, but apparently these are an exclusive with the Red Ranger and the bike. So it's basically, so it's supposed to be the same Ranger. Now I think it is for sure. It does have a lot of the same stuff pretty much. Like I said, it's the same figure, but we are lacking some stuff. Like the exclusive one has the visor here where the silver, it goes all the way around, as you can see here. For the 6-pack, it doesn't. Also with the eyes and the helmet, it's colored gold, which is not correct. It's supposed to be black. And then the 6-pack version is nothing's painted there as well. And the morpher, as you can see, they are different, and the coins inside are pretty flat on both of them. So we have here with the new one, with the exclusive all black belt buckle part, and then here on the basic figure ones, we do have the silver version here. And also we are not, so this figure doesn't come with any of the weapons, which is interesting. Like you would think if you hear, oh, exclusive figure or whatever it is, that you would have everything, even more. But here you don't have the holster for his blade blaster, or none of the blade blasters, or his sword, which is insane to me. Yeah, that's pretty weird. But meanwhile, here you do have the blade blasters and the sword itself. Now you can give this figure one of the blade blasters from this version, but again, you don't have the holster. It just doesn't look right. You can potentially swap heads on these. I believe if you wanted to use the better helmet with this figure, you can swap them. Just be very, very, very careful. Let me see if I see anything else different. Yeah, it's the same figure. It's just, one has different paint than the other one, and it's not drastic. You can also paint them yourself if you want, but this helmet does look better with the extra paint on it. So yeah, that's that. And let me see now, just for a quick comparison. Now they do scale well with the villains, as you can see. I'm gonna move this here to the side. So you have both Red Rangers there, and then you have the putty, and then I'm just gonna bring in Rita Repulsa so you guys can see. That's a perfect scale size. And then also the one and only Goldar. Now this is perfect. I'm lost for words. So yeah, so these scale perfectly. I just can't wait for Babu and Squat to come out. I think they're coming out next year. Yeah, I guess they didn't want to bring out everything in one shot. They wanted to see, I guess, how it sells, everything that has come out from Playmates reignition line. So which it makes sense. They didn't want to throw all their eggs in the basket. So that's why they're just, I guess, being released the next year. So I can't wait for those. I'll definitely get those sealed and to review in the channel. So I wanted to quickly, before I forget, I'm going to bring in real quick the Magna Defender's bike to see. I mean, it's a very different bike. It's longer than this one, but just to get, I'm actually gonna have him sit on this without his, oops, Rita's falling and everything. And this pretty much has the same articulations as the red 6-pack version. If you guys haven't seen that video, now that video, you guys should take a look at that, because I do compare it with the Hasbro version, flip heads, and the original Bandai versions. I'm just gonna put him just like that so you guys can see. I'm gonna bring him in. Oh, and I do, before I forget, it does have the bike stand in the bottom there. So if you want to display it like that, that looks pretty cool. I can't wait until the Black and Blue Ranger comes out. All right, so here we have the big boy. Now this is a huge bike. Now, this Magna Defender is from the Lightning Collection, but it doesn't scale 100% well with this bike, because this bike is from the original like figures. They're a little bit smaller, but I thought this kind of looked good on display with that figure. So yeah, so the bike almost scales, I would say, lengthwise. Maybe it's just missing maybe just like an inch or so. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, so this is your Tyrannosaurus battle bike. So thoughts on this? Yes, I wish this, for it being an exclusive figure, I wish it would have had the holster. I appreciate that they put extra effort and put some extra paint, even though it was minor stuff, on the helmet and on the belt. It's still not perfect. I do think it's a good add for the collection. I mean, I'm not super in love with it, but it's cool to have. I don't have the original ones, so I think this is obviously my first battle bike that I have. I just wish they did have the connection for the girls, but now that I look at it, I don't know if in the future, like, there's an empty spot here. I don't know. This is closed. Like, I'm thinking, what if they do come out with the side bikes for the girls somehow? Maybe an exclusive pack of the girls with the bikes, maybe. I wouldn't be surprised. That would be cool. Overall, I mean, this was pretty good, I guess. If you guys have any questions, just put them down in the comments. Do you guys have them? What do you guys think? And I'm pretty much taking this off. Just got to figure out how. Just because I'm not going to use it, to be honest. Even though I think this here is pretty cool, I am going to save it, obviously. Maybe I'll, I don't know, invent some like kind of armor with this. I don't know. All right, guys, so that is it for the video. If I did leave anything out, there's just so much going in my head right now. I have other reviews to do, and it's just a lot, but you know, it's all right. We're going to get through it. If you guys do have any questions, just leave them down in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. But if you guys are, you know, thinking about getting this figure, I recommend it to those who are not gonna use the feature. If it's for your kid, I think it will be pretty cool. But it's not. If it's for you, just, you know, like for instance, I'm gonna remove these pieces, so I'm not gonna use the flipping part. And if whoa, you see that? He didn't have his armor on. So I mean, if you want it for that, that's cool as well, but just be careful. But yeah, I'm gonna pose him on his bike and then put him next to when the Blue Ranger and Black Ranger do come in. Thanks for tuning in. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon like that. You do get notified when I do post a new video. This is Ariel Diaz. Peace.
The world is very lucky to have you, and so am I. May the power protect you, always.